Here are 5 things that should make you question your faith in Christianity in under 60 seconds.
All right, let's check them out.
Number 1, blood sacrifices. If God is all perfect and all powerful, why does he need blood to forgive anyone?
I think there's a flaw in the question of what does God need to do? He doesn't need to do anything, but God chose this for a reason. Because the sacrificial system does a few things. The sacrificial system shows both the justness and mercy of God, justness and severity against sin, and that sinning against God actually costs life, yet mercy and grace in that to the Israelite, their life would not be taken, but this animal would be substituted on their behalf, and the blood being spilled represented the life of the animal, as in reference to Leviticus 17, as atonement for their sin. This allows God to do 2 things. 1, it allows God to hopefully rid evil of the world without getting rid of the ones causing the evil, the humans. The second is that God is a relational God. He actually wants human beings to live out in love and grace and mercy, and the sacrifice is supposed to lead them to it. It's not just about being forgiven, but about how they respond to the forgiveness. This, of course, is all done away with in the ultimate sacrifice of Christ on our behalf for our sin.
Number 2, God gives us his words in a book. If the creator of the universe wanted to send a message to humanity, do you really think that he would choose the most error-prone method possible?
This argument actually produces 2 major logical fallacies. One is personal incredulity and kind of this idea that just because you can't imagine that God would do it this way means that he wouldn't do it that way. That's nonsense. The second is the genetic fallacy in that he's dismissing the message simply because he doesn't like the source. Once again, it doesn't logically follow.
Number 3, language and timing. Jesus didn't speak Greek, but the New Testament was written in Greek, decades after he died, by people that probably never knew him. Do you really think that a divine message would come secondhand in a language that the messenger never even spoke?
Yeah, he's just assuming a lot here. But there's actually plenty of scholars that give evidence to Jesus speaking Greek. Scholars like Craig Evans, Stanley Porter, even John Dominic Crossan give compelling cases that Jesus spoke Greek.
Number 4, anonymous gospels. If the God of the universe really inspired the gospels, why did he let them be written anonymously?
He didn't. This is just a modern critical scholarship assertion that's not backed up by the actual data. All of the evidence we have, the early church sources, back up that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Some of which clearly knew Jesus personally, which refutes his third point as well.
Finally, number 5, faith without evidence. If God were real, why would he make faith, which is believing without evidence, what pleases him most?
Yeah, that's just nonsense. This guy's just made up his own definition of faith and then put that onto Christianity. Christianity is a worldview that's backed up by historicity. We can look at things like fulfilled prophecy, the reliability of the scriptures, and the historical facts surrounding the resurrection of Jesus to have evidence for our faith in Christ.